Okay, we are here today. I am not there. I am in the building, so if you do see me around, don't freak out. I am not skipping class. I am just working with other teachers today. So you should have, when you walked in, picked up this piece of paper. If you have not, if the sub will go ahead and pause the video and then pass out this sheet to everyone, that would be great. All right, everyone should now have a sheet. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, focused and committed. Let's start by looking at this. So yesterday we went ahead and started talking about genotypes, phenotypes. We are going to highlight a couple of things. We're going to use yellow and green. The first one says to highlight the gene yellow. So remember, the gene is a section of the DNA, a portion of the DNA. It's the one that is the letters, like big B, little b. So the gene is the overarching thing that you see. So like hair, eyes. It is not specific at all. So that would be things like height, seed shape, seed color. Notice these things are not specific. They are non-specific. Then it says to highlight the allele green. So our alleles are our actual options. It's the thing I'm going to see with my eyes. So my alleles for height can be either green or short. My allele for seed shape can be round or wrinkled. So all of these are allele shapes for the gene, okay? Now we go down below. These are what we call monohybrids. The word mono means one, and hybrid means mix. Kind of like a hybrid car. A hybrid car has both gas and electricity. So a monohybrid is the mix of one gene. So the mix of one gene. So we worked on that yesterday. Let's do it now. Here we have the word homozygous. So homozygous, round, and heterozygous, round. So obviously this is shape, right? So here's shape. I guess before we get started, let's actually make some of our letters. So all dominant things have tall letters or big letters. And if it is recessive, it has small letters. So then tall is going to be a big T, and recessive, short, is going to be little t. You cannot change your letter. So you can't do T and then S. Your letter has to say the same so you don't get confused. So then shape, the dominant letter is round and the recessive is wrinkled. The dominant is yellow and the recessive is green. The dominant for the seed coat, so that's how these two are different. This is seed color, this is seed coat color. The coat would be the outside, just like when you wear a coat, you wear it on the outside of yourself. So the seed coat color is green, recessive. Notice I'm not repeating my letters. There is the inflated full and constricted. So inflated is dominant. So big I. Constricted is recessive. So little I. Green, yellow. Again, that's not going to work, is it? Because I've already got green and I've already got yellow. So the best thing to do is to go up to the gene. I'm going to pick P. So pod color. Now P, big P and little p, they look the same. So I'm going to have to do something different. This is where I use cursive. So my little letters, when they match my big letters in shape, I do in cursive. So then this is axial and terminal, flower position. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use F. Okay. So now it's going to be a little bit easier. So homo means same. So homozygous round. What is round? Dominant or recessive? Think. Don't blurt it out. So round is dominant. So it's going to be big R, and it's homozygous, right? So it's going to be same. So another big R. Heterozygous round. So it's presenting as round. It's heterozygous, so it's different. It's going to be big R, little r. Here, let's do this one over here. Homozygous green, homozygous yellow. We're going to go ahead and use seed color and not seed coat. So for seed color, I'm homozygous green. So this is what I look like. I'm green. So in order to be green, I cannot have a dominant in there because dominant would then make it yellow, right? Because remember the dominant letters, the big one, it's the R. It's the one that will cover up the smaller one. Think about me. I'm dominant. I am big. If a small person stands behind me, can you see the person behind me? So here I am, Miss Barth in her 6'2" world. If a shorter person stands behind me, you will not be able to see them. So I'm the dominant. So look at it. Homozygous green, is it dominant? No, it's recessive. So therefore, it's going to be little y, little y. And then homozygous yellow. Big Y, it's homozygous. So it's going to be the same. Big Y. Let's do it again. Homozygous recessive wrinkles. Homozygous dominant round. Okay. I'm going to give you 2 minutes with the person next to you to try and figure out the genotype. So we are writing out the genotype. Figure it out with the person beside you for 2 minutes. At the sub, we'll go ahead and pause the video. Okay, we are back. So homozygous recessive wrinkles. You should have homozygous wrinkles, little r, homozygous dominant round, big R, big R. All right, and then last, heterozygous inflated with homozygous recessive constricted. So 2 minutes, try and do it on your own. If the sub will pause the video. Okay. Now go ahead, Heterozygous means different. So heterozygous inflated would be a big I, but it's different, so it's going to include the little I. Homozygous recessive, constricted, little I, little I. I would like for you to turn to your neighbor and for 1 minute, explain to the other partner why it is that these genotypes are what they are. Go ahead and pause the video. Okay. So the next thing we have to do is we have to put them into the monohybrid, the Punnett square. So here's the Punnett square, and we're going to write it there. We don't know which one's mom and which one's dad. It doesn't matter. But the parents would go here. So this is a chromosome and a chromosome, right? And it's a gene on the chromosomes. When it goes through meiosis, it splits. So my two options for my eggs or sperm would be a big R could be given to the baby from this parent, or another big R could be given to the baby from this parent. So these are the two gamete options from this parent. From this parent, the two gamete options are the parent could give a big R, or the parent could give a little r. And then inside here, these are the different possible combinations for this gene for the baby. So if the mom gives a big R, then this baby's going to get a big R, and this baby could get a big R. Or the mom could give this one a big R and a big R. So notice that this mom, they're going to give a big R no matter what. Because they were homozygous round, they can't give any other option but a big R. Now this parent over here, they could give a big R, or they could give a little r. So those are their options. So the baby could be big R, or the baby could be big R, little r. Now, let's look at this one. This parent could give a little y, or this parent could give a little y. This parent could give a big Y, or they could give a big Y. Now how you put it on is you go down, and then you go down. So I just go Y, 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 Y. And then I go across. Now, it is out of order. The dominant letter R's has to go first. So I would need to fix it. So I'm going to go over here and fix it real quick. And that's not, I mean, they just always put the big letter first. Okay, but how you plug it in is the same. You just cross, across, 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 down, 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 down. Okay? I want you to go ahead and I want you to try and do this one, we'll put on the parents together, and then I want you to code it by yourself. So this parent can only give a little r, or they can only give a little r. This parent can give a big R, or they can give a big R. So now on your own, I want you to code it out. Pause the video, please. Okay, so what you should have done was went across, then this one goes across, and then this one goes down, and this one goes down. Okay, now I want you to try it on your own. Wait, before you do, turn to your neighbor and explain how to do this. 1 minute, pause the video. Okay, now hopefully you've gone ahead and you understand a little bit better. Do not freak out if you don't yet. It takes time. Some people are going to get it super fast and some people aren't, but we'll all get it by the end. So just take your time. Now, go ahead and put the parent on. Now go ahead and put the parent on. And then code out the child options. Pause the video. Okay. You should have put the parents on like that. And then code it out down, 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 across, 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 across. All right? So that's how you do a monohybrid. All right? Now, I want you to take your paper and fold it like this. There are a couple of extra things to this. There is the genotypic ratio and the phenotypic ratio. All this is just counting what you have of each one. So when you're doing a monohybrid, you just go from the tallest letters to the shortest letters. So this would be like big R, big R, big R, little r, little r, little r. So the biggest letters to the smallest letters. And then you just count up how many you have of each. So I have 1, 2, 1, 2, 0. So go down here. Go ahead and write it out. Again, largest letters to smallest letters. Pause the video. Okay, you should have counted 0. You should have counted 4. You should have counted 0. Now, phenotypic ratio is what you see with your eyes, what you would describe. So all of these would be round, 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 round. Because they all have a dominant, at least one dominant letter. So that dominant letter is hiding the small letter. So our two options in phenotype were either being round or being wrinkled. Well, I have 4 round and 0 wrinkled. So down here, if we do our phenotypic ratio, same thing. We need to look at what we see. We can either see round or wrinkled. I have a dominant R, a dominant R, a dominant R, a dominant R. So again, they are all round and there are none that are wrinkled. I want you to turn to your neighbor and I want you to try and do just the genotypic ratios of this side. So I'm going to give you 2 minutes for this one. And then we'll check it and then do 2 minutes on the next one. Okay, go. Pause the video. Okay, on this one, again, tall, and work your way to short. I count. I have 0, big Y, big Y. I have 4, big Y, little y. I have 0, little y, little y. Check. I'm sure some of you are starting to get it. Explain to your neighbor if they didn't understand. Pause. Okay. Try the next one by yourself. Pause. Okay. You should have done big I, big I, big I, little, little, little. Received a 0 for that. 2, and then 2. Good job. All right. If there is time left over, the sub is going to show a video from Amoeba Sisters. I hope that y'all had a great day, and I will see you on Friday. All right. Bye.